A pastor from Tennessee was arrested and is now detained in India because of his Christian faith. We need this pastor home before Christmas, and we need you to get it done. So there is a Tennessee pastor, Bryan Nerren, who has a ministry that is aside from his church that's been working in India and Nepal for 17 years without issue, training Sunday school teachers. Not something so controversial. And he was traveling to India on a recent trip in October, actually, and he gets detained and ultimately arrested. And for 6 days, his family can't contact him. Ultimately, he's let out on bail, so he's able to stay in India, but he has his passport confiscated. He's been doing this work for 17 years without issue in India. But India, unfortunately, has moved up the list of countries persecuting Christians to number 10 in some of the lists that track the countries that do persecute or who aren't doing enough to stop local and state regional governments from persecuting Christians. Here's the personal angle to this. Pastor Nerren has a special needs daughter who needs constant care and attention. So he makes these trips, but they're pretty quick. She's been having a lot of trouble at home in Tennessee. But because of your support at the American Center for Law and Justice, we were able to bring Pastor Nerren's wife to Washington, D.C. to meet with the two leading U.S. senators in Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn, Lamar Alexander, as well as Oklahoma senator and a real champion for religious liberty around the globe, James Lankford. That's because of your support that we're quickly able to mobilize and get the pastor's wife there. This is one of those cases that, again, we need continued support. We need to start telling the story. We need you to share this with your friends and family. We need more people to know about Pastor Nerren's plight, because as he's being held in India, kind of indefinitely, because two court dates have been moved. And the latest is now not until December 12th, so getting close to the Christmas holiday. And again, he's away from his special needs daughter in a situation where you ask, again, when does this all come to a final conclusion? We are pushing with aggressive support from all of you at the American Center for Law and Justice to get this case resolved. So what can you do? You can share this video, because we need thousands upon thousands of names on the brand new petition at ACLJ.org to call on India to let Pastor Nerren return home. Because if you don't attack this quickly and you let this kind of languish, guess what happens? The court date gets pushed back December 12th. That's already happened. Then it gets pushed back into the new year. And then we're talking about 2020. And then it gets pushed back yet again and again because the Indian government doesn't want to deal with this. We have to attack this now. We need to get Pastor Nerren home before the end of the year, before Christmas. You need to sign the petition at aclj.org right now and share this video with your friends and family by clicking the share button. Because what's next for Christians who have worked for 17 years? Think about that, 17 years doing this kind of work in a country like India that has a lot of freedoms and has allowed this pastor to do this work in both India and Nepal and travel in and out of the country freely, training Sunday school pastors. What's next if a Christian pastor like this is afraid to do the work he's been called to do for 17 years and stops training those Sunday school pastors? That's the ultimate goal, is to make Pastor Nerren afraid to ever go back to India again. We can't let that happen. We won't let that happen at the American Center for Law and Justice. Sign the petition today and share this What's Next video with your friends and family.